My dear children, my young friends, today I want to speak about something that has shaped the entire journey of my life, something that gives meaning to our existence, something that turns ordinary moments into unforgettable memories. And that, my dear ones, is love. Love is not just a feeling, it is the language of the heart. It is the unseen thread that connects people, families, and even generations. It is the reason why a mother stays awake all night when her child is sick. It is the reason why a father sacrifices his dreams so his children can live theirs. It is the reason why friends stand beside each other in the darkest times. But you see, my young friends, love is not always soft and sweet. It is not always about flowers, music, and happy endings. Real love, true love, sometimes comes with pain. It comes with tears, with sacrifices, with nights when you feel your heart breaking. But you keep going because love teaches you to be stronger than your pain. When I was your age, I used to think love was only about romance, about two people holding hands, about beautiful words and promises under the moonlight. But life taught me a much deeper truth. Love is far bigger than what the movies and stories show you. Love is when your grandmother cooks the same meal every Sunday because she knows it's your favorite. Love is when your brother fights with you every day but defends you fiercely in front of the world. Love is when a friend sees the pain in your eyes even when you are smiling and asks, "Are you okay?" My dear friends, real love is selfless. It doesn't ask, "What will I get?" It asks, "What can I give?" I have lived many years, seen many faces, and experienced many emotions. And if there is one thing I can tell you today, it is this: love is the most powerful force in this world. It can heal the deepest wounds. It can bring people together who were once strangers. It can give strength to someone who has lost everything. But remember, love is not always easy. Sometimes it will test you. It will make you wait. It will break your heart so you can understand its true worth. As I stand here today, I want to take you on a journey through different kinds of love, through sacrifices, through pain, through joy, through everything that makes love the most beautiful gift of life. So sit with me, my young friends. Listen with your heart, not just your ears. Because this is not just a speech. This is my life speaking to you. My dear friends, as we continue this journey, let us open our hearts to understand the many faces of love. Because love, my children, is like a river. It flows in different directions. It touches many lives, and yet its source is always the same, the heart. There is not just one kind of love. No, love wears many colors, speaks many languages, and lives in many forms. One, the love of parents. The first love we ever experience is from our parents. A mother's love, oh, there is nothing like it. It is pure, it is unconditional. When she holds you in her arms for the first time, she doesn't care about her pain, her sleepless nights, or her tired body. Her only dream is your happiness. A father's love, sometimes it is silent, hidden behind his strict words and serious face. But his sacrifices speak louder than any, "I love you." He walks miles so you can ride. He stays hungry so you can eat. He works long hours so you can sleep peacefully. My friends, if you have parents, love them deeply, because their love is the reason you stand where you are today. 2, the love of siblings. Then comes the love of brothers and sisters. Oh yes, they fight with you, they tease you. Sometimes they make you cry, but let someone else hurt you, and they become your shield. That is sibling love, noisy on the surface, but loyal at its core. 3, the love of friends. Ah, friendship, the family we choose for ourselves. Friends are the ones who laugh with you in the sunlight, but also sit beside you in the dark when the world turns its back on you. True friends are rare, my children. If you find even one, keep them close, because a real friend sees your scars but loves you anyway. 4, the love of romance. And yes, there is romantic love, the love of hearts. The love that makes poets write verses and singers sing songs. This love makes your heart beat faster, your nights longer, your dreams brighter. But remember, my friends, romantic love is beautiful only when it is built on respect, trust, and patience. Without these, it is like a flower without water. It withers quickly. 5, the love of self. Finally, there is the love for yourself. Yes, self-love. Because how can you give love to the world if you have none for yourself? Loving yourself means forgiving your mistakes, caring for your heart, and believing that you are worthy of happiness. My dear friends, love comes in all these forms: parents, siblings, friends, romance, and self-love. Each one teaches us something unique. Each one shapes our heart in a different way. But here is the truth. Every kind of love requires effort. It is like a plant, you have to water it, protect it, care for it, or else it fades away. So as you move forward in life, learn to recognize these forms of love. Cherish them, respect them, because one day you will realize they were the real treasures of your life. My dear children, love is not only about smiles and sunshine. No, my young friends, real love sometimes walks through storms, through nights of tears, through seasons of waiting. Because love, true love, always demands something from you. It asks for sacrifice. You see, it is easy to love when everything is simple, when there are no obstacles, when the road is smooth. But life will test your love. It will put you in situations where you must choose your comfort or someone else's happiness, your pride or someone else's peace. That, my dear friends, is where love shows its true face. The mother's sacrifice. Think about a mother. She gives up her sleep, her dreams, even her health for her children. She eats the cold food so her kids can have the warm meal. She hides her tears so her family can smile. That is love, silent sacrifices no one sees, but God sees them all. The father's sacrifice. A father works under the burning sun, carries heavy burdens, saves every coin. Also, his children can study, grow, and live a better life. He doesn't wear expensive clothes because he wants to buy books for you. He doesn't rest because he wants to build a future for you. That is sacrifice, that is love. The sacrifice in friendship. Real friends also sacrifice. They stand with you when the whole world walks away. They give you their time, their energy, sometimes even their reputation, because they believe in you when you don't believe in yourself. The sacrifice in romantic love. And yes, romantic love also asks for sacrifice. Sometimes you have to wait years for the person you love. Sometimes you give up your ego, your pride, just to keep the relationship alive. Sometimes you love someone enough to let them go, because their happiness matters more than your own heart. My young friends, here is what life taught me. The depth of your love is measured by the sacrifices you are willing to make. If you only stay when things are easy, that is not real love. Real love is when you stay even when it hurts. So if you love someone, your parents, your friends, your partner, remember, love is not just about taking. It is about giving. It is about putting someone else before yourself. Not because you have to, but because your heart wants to. This, my dear ones, is the beauty of love. It makes ordinary people do extraordinary things. It makes the weak strong. It turns selfish hearts into selfless ones. It transforms pain into purpose. My dear friends, life, oh, life is the greatest teacher. It doesn't give you lessons in classrooms. It doesn't hand you books and exams. No, life teaches you through experiences, through joy, through heartbreak, through moments that make you cry and moments that make you smile. And when it comes to love, life teaches some of the most powerful lessons. Lesson 1, love is not possession. When I was young, I used to think love means holding on tightly, never letting go, but life taught me something different. True love is not about owning someone. It is about respecting their freedom, their dreams, their individuality. If you love someone, you don't clip their wings. You help them fly, you don't chain them. You walk beside them. Because love is not about control, it is about trust. Lesson 2, love requires patience. Oh, my children, how impatient we are when we are young. We want everything fast, fast success, fast results, fast love. But love doesn't work like that. Real love takes time to grow. Like a tree, you plant the seed. You water it, you protect it. And slowly, slowly, it grows into something beautiful. If you rush it, you break it. If you force it, you lose it. Lesson 3, love demands forgiveness. I have seen families break because no one was ready to forgive. Friends become strangers because of pride. Lovers lose each other because of ego. My dear friends, listen carefully. Love cannot survive without forgiveness. Because we are all imperfect. We make mistakes, we hurt each other. But forgiveness is what keeps love alive. Lesson 4, love teaches strength. Some people think love makes you weak. No, my children, love makes you strong. It gives you a reason to fight, a reason to wake up in the morning, a reason to keep going even when life gets hard. When you love someone deeply, you find courage you never knew you had. Lesson 5, love is about giving, not getting. Many people love only to receive attention, care, gifts, words. But real love is about giving without expecting anything in return. The happiest people I have seen are those who love selflessly. They give kindness, time, affection, and they receive peace in their hearts. My dear friends, life has taught me that love is the most beautiful yet the most challenging journey. It will test your patience, your character, your strength, but if you learn these lessons, trust, patience, forgiveness, giving, you will discover that love is worth every tear, every sacrifice, every sleepless night. My dear friends, stories, oh yes, stories have a way of touching the heart in a way plain words never can. And love writes the most powerful stories of all. Let me share some with you today. Story 1, A Mother's Hands. Once, many years ago, I met a woman in a small village. Her hands were rough, full of cuts and scars. I asked her, "What happened to your hands?" She smiled and said, "These are not wounds. My son, these are the marks of love. I work in the fields every day, so my children can study in the city. They have soft hands because mine are rough. They have books because I carry the weight of bricks. They have dreams because I sacrifice my sleep. My friends, I stood there silently, because in those hands I saw the purest form of love." Story 2, The Friend Who Stayed. I once knew two boys who were best friends. One day, one of them made a terrible mistake, a mistake that made everyone leave him. He was alone, ashamed, broken. But his friend stayed. People asked him, "Why are you standing with someone who failed?" He said, "Because friendship is not only for the good times, it is for the storms too. That, my dear children, is real love and friendship, to stay when everyone else leaves." Story 3, The Husband and Wife. I met an old couple who had been married for 50 years. I asked them, "What is the secret of your love?" The husband smiled and said, "We both forgave each other 1,000 times. We never tried to be perfect, but we never stopped trying to love. 50 years of arguments, laughter, tears, and memories, yet they still held hands like teenagers. That is love, not perfection, but persistence." Story 4, The Teacher's Love. Love is not only in families or friendships. I knew a teacher who taught in a small school with no salary for years. When people asked him why, he said, "Because every child here is a dream for the future. If I give them knowledge, I give them wings. That, my friends, is also love, to give without expecting anything in return." You see, my dear friends, love writes its story in countless ways. Sometimes through a mother's hands, sometimes through a friend's loyalty, sometimes through a couple's patience, sometimes through a teacher's kindness. But the message is always the same. Love is about giving, forgiving, staying, and caring. My dear children, my young friends, we have spoken for a long time today about love, about sacrifice, about the lessons life teaches us. And as I stand here, looking at all of you, my heart is full because I know one day each of you will carry these words in your own lives. The power of love. Let me tell you something very simple, yet very powerful. Love can change the world. Yes, my friends, it really can. Wars are fought because there is no love. Families break because there is no love. People feel lonely, empty, lost because there is no love. But one act of love, a kind word, a helping hand, a forgiving heart, can heal wounds that no medicine can. Love lives beyond time. I have lived many years. I have seen people come and go. Wealth fades, beauty fades, even life itself fades. But love stays. The love of a mother stays in the way her children grow. The love of a teacher stays in the way students build their futures. The love between friends stays in the stories they tell their children. Love lives beyond time, beyond death, beyond everything else. The final message. So here is my final message, my dear children. Love deeply, love selflessly, love without fear. Do not be afraid to tell people you love them. Do not be afraid to forgive. Do not be afraid to sacrifice. Because in the end, when you look back at your life, you will not count the money you earned, the things you bought, or the titles you achieved. You will count the people you loved. You will count the moments when your heart was full. You will count the times you made someone smile through their tears. That will be your real legacy. Closing words. So go out into the world, my dear friends, and be the reason someone believes in love again. Be the friend who stays. Be the child who cares. Be the partner who respects. Be the human who loves. Because love is not just a feeling. Love is life itself. Thank you for listening with your hearts. May your lives be filled with the kind of love that makes this world a brighter, kinder, and better place.